So in the last class we have discussed about fundamental issues in hardware software co-design. So in that we have discussed about selecting the model, selecting the architecture, the issues in selecting the language, and the issues uh, while partitioning the system requirements into hardware and software. Then we have discussed about some computational model in embedded design. So we have discussed about a data flow graph model, okay, and we have discussed about control data flow graph model. What is the difference between data flow graph model and control data flow graph model? So all that we have discussed already in the last class. So now we'll move forward and we'll discuss about the state machine model. So as we know that whenever someone want to design a particular embedded system, so we know that we have seen about the characteristics of embedded system, quality attributes of embedded system. So that things has to be done initially. After that we need to select a model, so which model will be suitable for designing our particular embedded system. So now what is a state machine model? A state machine model is used for modeling reactive and event driven embedded systems whose processing behavior are dependent on state transitions. So basically these state machine models are used when we have embedded system which are reactive and event driven. Okay, embedded system used in the control and industrial application are typical examples of event driven systems. So control and industrial application, mainly they are like we can say that they can be designed using the state machine models. So let's take a simple example, like if you have a water level indicator in your home, if the tank is full you will turn off the motor, right? If the water tank is empty you will turn on the motor. If this is there, for doing this particular thing there is an embedded system you are having. Whenever the level of water is detected as empty, you will automatically will start the motor, okay, to fill the tank, and whenever the level is full you automatically stop the motor. Okay, so here we can say that it is event driven. So what is the event happening here is water level, either the water level is empty, that is the event, or either a water level is full, that is the event. Okay, so based on that some action is happening, right? Or you can say that an event driven means you can take an example of your ATM machines, right? So whenever you are swapping the card, that is an event happen. Okay, whenever entering a particular code, that is an event happen. So based on that it is changing to the next state, what has to be done. Okay, so the state machine model describes the system behavior with state, events, action and transitions. Now we need to understand these four things: state, what is event, what is actions, and what is transitions. Now here you can, what example we have taken for water level indicator. Now what is the states here? We can say that there are two states, either a motor is turn on, motor is turn off, right? What is the event is happening? Whether the level of water is like low or whether the water level is full, that is the event happening. What is the action has to be taken, right? When the level is full, it is sending a message to turn on the motor, or when the level is full it is sending a message to turn off. That is what is the transition is happening. Okay, that is what is the transition is happening from one state to another with when the event is detected. Okay, so this is sending a message from this state, on state to off state, or off state to on state. We'll see the examples. Like here we can understand state is a representation of current situation. Okay, so here whether the motor is on or motor is off, that is the current situation, and event is an input to the state. Okay, so it is giving an input to the state. That event is nothing but whether the water level is full or water level is empty, right? The event act as a stimulus for the state transition. So based on this level it will be sending the message and it will change the state either from on to off or off to on. Transition is a movement from one state to another. Okay, action is an activity to be performed by the state machine. So that is what it is, either turning on the motor or turning off, that is the action it is taking. Okay, a finite state machine model is one in which the number of states are finite. Okay, like in the previous state we said there are two states, one is on state, off state, so it is finite, no other state is present there. Okay, so that is what here the finite means finite number of states are available. In other words, the system is described using a finite number of possible states. An example, let us consider a design of an embedded system for a driver or a passenger seat belt warning in an automatic or in automotive using the finite state machine model. So everyone knows that the automatic seat belt warning in our particular cars, right? So if we are not wearing a seat belt, it will give an alarm, yes or no? So and when we wear that seat belt, it will stop ringing that particular alarm. So that is what an example we have to discuss. So here it is drawing a state diagram for that. Okay, so first before drawing any particular state diagram or something, we need to decide how many states will be there. Okay, so now in this particular example there are three states, either the alarm is on or wait or alarm is off. Okay, these are the three states. So basically we know that operation how it is. So initially alarm will be off, right? So whenever you turn on the ignition, okay, whenever you turn on the ignition, will go into a waiting period, because you know that when you turn on the ignition, it will wait for some time whether the passenger is going to wear the seat belt or not. In some particular time, if it doesn't wear that particular seat belt, it will start it will make that particular alarm on. So that is what is the waiting period. Okay, it will wait for some time. So if that waiting period just time expires, if the time expires, it will turn on that particular alarm. It will turn on the particular alarm. So it will move from waiting state to alarm on state, right? So now if what all other possibilities are there? So if it is moved, ignition is on and it moves into a waiting period, but suddenly that ignition is off, ignition key is off, or in during the waiting period itself the passenger or the driver is wearing the seat belt. So what will happen? Automatically whatever through the waiting period, it will directly go to alarm off state. It will directly go to alarm off state. Okay, and now if you are in alarm on state, what is the possibility? If alarm is on, so obviously it will not continuously ring for longer time. Even if it is not wearing, the driver is not wearing the seat belt, it will ring for some time. After that it will stop. Again, if it depend on the system, embedded system, how we have designed, again after particular time period it will again start ringing. Okay, so it depend on that. So here what conditions was given, when the alarm is on, if the alarm time expires, that's what I said, it will not going to continuously. So if that expires, it will go to alarm off, right? Or if the seat belt is on or the ignition key is off, means alarm was ringing, okay, alarm started ringing, then the passenger or the driver is wearing the seat belt, then it will stop the alarm. Okay, or alarm was ringing and then the driver turn off that particular ignition key of the car, then also alarm will stop. So this is nothing but a state machine model for that particular example of our seat belt warning system. Okay, so with this particular example, like whatever this embedded system we have to design, we can draw a state machine model for that, depend on the state and how the transition is happening. So because of this particular model, now it will be easy for us to write a particular code for this, to choose a particular architecture for this particular thing. Okay, so clear with this? This is the example for seat belt warning system. So we know that there are three states: alarm off, waiting and alarm on, right? So based on that, it is transition is happening from one state to another based on the conditions. Clear? It is easy to understand. Now next one is, next example we have of tea or a coffee vending machine. Okay, now see this kind of example, there will be some conditions will be given that what actually they want in their particular embedded system. So based on that, first we need to decide what are the states we need to choose. Okay, so here based on the problem statement given, we have 4 states we have chosen. State A means wait for a coin, state B means we have wait for the user input. State C is for dispense a tea, or state D is dispense coffee. So in this particular tea or coffee vending machine, we have two options: either we can have a coffee or we can have a tea. Okay, so whenever someone is inserting a coin into a machine, then he will get an option to choose whether he want a coffee or he want a tea. Once he enter that, then he will get either tea or either coffee, right? So this is what basically the idea of that particular embedded system design. Okay, so how we can represent that in terms of a state machine model. So we have 4 states, right? So the first state, obviously, and insert a coin in it, right? So this is what a state A. So a particular person inserts a coin, right? So it will go to state B to wait for the input. So that's what, when we insert this particular coin into it, okay, so that is the event is happening. And what action will be there? Action is, okay, you will move to state B, you will move to state B, right? Now from state B, you need to press the button now, right? Once you enter the coin, whether you want a coffee or you want a tea. So event happen, either press a tea button, or event maybe either press a coffee button. So if you press a tea button, it will go to state C, right? It will go to state C and it will dispense the tea. And so when you move to state C, event will happen is what? Dispense a tea, right? So once tea is done, action is done, it will go back to initial state for the next input, right? It will go back. The same will happen with the state D. If you have entered the coffee button, so it will go to state D and it will dispense the coffee. It will dispense the coffee and go back to initial state. Understood? So simple, right? So you insert the particular coin, okay, at a state A. Then if you insert this particular coin at a state A, okay, event is happening, this is insert the coin, you will go to state B, which is wait for the user input. So if you press if you press for a T button, it will go to state C, event is T button press, okay. So action has to be taken. What action it will take is, it will dispense the tea. Once the tea is dispensed, you will go back to initial state, right? The same will happen with the coffee. When you press the coffee button, it will dispense the coffee. Action is dispense coffee and it will go back. But now one more thing they have given: if you have inserted the coin and now you find that you don't want to have any tea or coffee, okay, but you have inserted the coin, then you need your coin back, yes or no? So along with this tea and coffee button, there is another one more button, is a cancel button you can have. So when you have state B, okay, waiting for the user input, there is a cancel button also given. So if you put this particular cancel button, our coin will be back and you will go to the initial state. Okay, so this particular statements will be given either, or this is a general idea of any particular tea or coffee vending machine. Okay, now if I ask you to have this particular kind of machine, but it should give either tea, coffee, or a lemon tea also, right? So what will be more in this particular diagram? If it is asked for tea, coffee and lemon tea also, so obviously you know that. Again, wait for a coin, okay, now wait for a coin, wait for the user input. So now rather than this two, now again you will have an option E, where you are dispensing a lemon tea, right? So this will happen, and if the lemon tea is dispensed, you will go back to the normal state, right? So one more state I am adding it. Clear with that? So this is about the example for this particular tea or a coffee vending machine. Clear with this? So these are this state machine model is important.